Yo, 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 welcome back to Neighborhood Politics. I'm Mrs. Neighborhood Politics.
And I'm Mr. Neighborhood Politics.
Yes, and we have a special guest here. Would you like to introduce yourself or you want him to introduce you?
I say the honors to you.
For sure.
Oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
for us? Okay. We ain't never did this. Well, welcome home. I want to say first and foremost. And then my boy, we been in communication for some time now. I want to say maybe a month. You said you came home in May. So it's an honor for us to have you on today's episode. I know you go by or you went by D-Nutty.
Yeah.
Okay. Still current. Okay. So yeah, bro, it's just an honor to have you on here with us today for sure. We appreciate it.
For sure.
We appreciate it. We can start with maybe a little bit about your background.
Okay, I grew up in the north side of Columbus. The area known as like the Windsor Terrace, now known as Rosewind. Like primarily, I went to Windsor Elementary from like kindergarten 6. Played a lot of sports. I was real athletic as a kid. Really didn't have too many school issues. I was expelled in my sophomore year in school. Mm-hmm. That really led to me being more so in the streets from there though. Like my days was like unstructured. Mm-hmm. And by time I turned 16, I went to prison. Mm-hmm. I did 10 years. Just been released recently. That's just kind of a summary of background. A lot of other things, but
okay. So we'll just start there, and we kind of get still into the background part of it. But you said at 16, you ended up doing 10 years.
Yes, sir.
Well, when you heard 10 years at the age of 16, what was your first thoughts that went through your head?
Everything I know is gonna be different. I couldn't really see it. I couldn't see it. It was like, then I was already headed down the wrong path in life. I felt like I was just like, I couldn't see it. Mm-hmm. I was devastated, really. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Because at 16, to hear that you got 10 years at 16, like we were just watching a TV show last night.
Yeah.
In which I don't like.
She don't like watching some of the shows.
Listen, I grew up in the hood. I got a lot of PTSD from a lot of situations that I've been through. So he liked to watch all these crazy TV shows with all the stuff that be going on. And I just like to shy away from it. And last night he caught me. So I was watching whatever.
It's called Your Honor.
Your Honor or whatever. Some new little crazy show. And it was a young man. He was actually fighting for his life. And he was like, they was telling him don't take it to trial. And he like, no, I'm going to take it to trial. But he's so young. He was like, I can't, do that. When you take it to trial, you get 30 plus, life without parole, all those different things. So I'm just thinking like, just seeing that last night and then hearing you say at the age of 16 when you got told you was doing 10 years, I know you was like, no. I would have been scared.
No. And the crazy thing about it, right, I was actually facing up to 22 years.
Wow.
So the day that I was set to go to trial, they did something that they normally don't do. They let my mom come back there to talk to me.
Wow.
Like in the park before you actually go out there. And she basically came out there like, look, son, the witnesses are out there. I've seen them. If you go out there and they point you out, it's going to be a lot longer than 10 years. Mm-hmm. So like that kind of like,
made you be like, okay.
So
that was a blessing.
Yeah, yes. And that's exactly where I was going to, because you said that they did something that typically they don't allow people to do. So that right there already tells me that the grace and the favor that God got over your life is something that is meant for you. Because like she said, you go out here, man, you take these chances with these folks and you get pointed out, and they gonna sit here and say that it was him that did or did not do whatever you was being accused of. It's gonna be a lot longer than this 10. So, just let's go the opposite route and just go ahead. So did it end up becoming a plea?
It was a plea agreement.
So it ended up becoming a plea for 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I said, that just shows me the grace and the favor that God has over your life.
Especially let your mom come back there.
Yes,
I know that was like super emotional for her as a mom to just have to talk to her son and be like, all right, you gotta, at the age of 16, what I'm saying? Like, just knowing that my son gonna be away for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That was, if I'm honest, like, how dudes be like, 6 years, no tears, 5 years, no tears. At that moment, I broke down right there.
with Mom Dukes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cause it's like it hit me right there. Like, ooh, once I accepted that, like, you know, this what I'm gonna do. It was like, damn, I'm about to be gone for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy that in that moment you broke down. I know that sounds crazy,
Yeah.
but you because as you know, being in jail, you can't really show that emotion or anything because what they consider that as weak, you know. So just being able to have that moment with your mom to break down, I feel like that probably helped you more than you knew before you even got to really actually serving the sentence. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't get that opportunity to really break down. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying?
Yeah.
If you
Fact.
do, I'm like my brother's. He is in jail for 25 right now or whatever, and he broke down in front of us one time, and it was just when it was just me, him, my mom, and my sister, and we just. It wasn't like we went to go visitation. There was nobody else being seen, and that was the first time he got to break down. I was like, wow, just imagine how many times you really want to break down, but you can't.
Just you know, as and I would say even as a black man in general, we ain't spoke on that, but in the past, you know, and even what you said in that moment of that when he did break down, you said just as quick as he broke down, he picked his chin up,
Right back
wiped
up.
his face off, and you know that was that.
Yep.
So you know, having them moments of vulnerability to where you can express yourself or have them emotional times, you know, it's important for us as black men because we're not often are we able to express ourselves in that light.
So yeah,
I
you said
agree.
you broke down.
Absolutely. I
And
let it out.
what was her reaction and her emotions?
She was crying too.
Yeah, yeah,
She was crying too. I'll never forget.
yeah.
She was crying too.
So what was prior to I guess being incarcerated or getting, you know, your sentence, what you said up until maybe the expulsion from school, you was
A little bit
doing
before
fairly well.
then.
You was okay, and then what kind of led to in between that time of expulsion and the time of you being incarcerated, that kind of, you know, switch?
Ooh. It was a lot going. It was a lot. My at home situation wasn't the best. I started just being hanging out later and later. Then my friends, a couple of my friends passed away. My brother passed away. I just, I would just, then I would just, it was the environment also. Even though like I never been like a follower type, I still was a product of what was going on out there. Like I still had a certain persona or certain things that I was in, like it just was negative. I feel like all of that went into what ended up going on.
And I mean, even with hearing that, you know, like you saying, you wasn't a follower, but even just in our communication and how you moving now, I can tell that you've been a leader, though. You know what I'm saying? So even amongst your peers, although you wasn't necessarily probably being a follower to a particular crowd, like you said, you was a product of your environment, and you was, you know, possibly people was looking up to you and what you know, was possibly doing. So, you know, again, bro, I just think it's dope to even be sitting here with you after doing 10 years and having this conversation. And I'm interested, or I should say excited to, you know, get further into this, you know,
This
this
conversation.
conversation.
Because I want to know what happened.
Indeed.
But it was a good build up because you were trying to figure out how he was before and what was the disconnect or what led to, you know, ultimately you having to do 10 years. And I think that's important because we have a lot of young viewers too. Young viewers, because he's a teacher, I'm a teacher, so we got a lot of people who watch, and that's our masses. That's who we connect with, and I think it's important for them to hear, you know, this is what led me to this. So I'm happy that you broke down like at home wasn't the best, you know what I'm saying? Then there's your environment and, you know, the people that you was hanging with, and then you just kind of just became subject. Because I think we try to get them to understand that so often, like the people that you hang around, you know, and also too, your environment does have the ability to change or make or break, you know, so to say, your decision making on how you move in anything, you know what I'm saying? Because if you feel like nobody don't understand, you like to make decisions that is like, I'm gonna make these decisions because you don't understand my situation, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that you broke those things down to say, hey, it was environment, friends, living situation that all kind of led me to what you about to tell us now, you know?
Fact.
So I got one for you. I'm gonna start off right here. So hard times can teach you many lessons. What was something that you was able to take with you from your upbringing to your imprisonment that helped you properly maneuver and maintain while incarcerated?
Oh, something I was able to take with me from my upbringing.
Yeah, right.
They helped me. Well, the first thing come to my mind, right, is something that helped me through the time. It was in the summertime, right? My mom would I remember the first time I did, I was probably like 8 years old. She came in the house with like a composition book with a pencil and stuff. So I was about to go outside and play. I'm like, I just remember I was eager to play. She was like, nah, you about to write out how yesterday went, what you did, and use complete full sentences.
Right.
Right. So I wrote it, and I was eager to play, so I kind of rushed it the first, but then I started looking forward to doing it, and I was getting better and better. But during my time, one of the things I would do is I would write in a composition book. Anytime like something different happened, or the workout I did for that day, or programs, or what was on my mind, goals I had for myself, I put them on paper. And I always remember, like, then it's something that I took from my childhood. It's something that, helped me with my transition. It might sound light, or
No,
but
it don't.
yeah, it was powerful for me. It worked.
That don't sound light at all.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, thank God for your mama, because she wasn't playing with you.
Right, you about to go ahead and write this out before you go outside and kick it.
And then too, to be in jail and then have that, that's considered for, I guess we'll say, for women, healing. So I'm pretty, it's like that for everybody, writing down goals, thoughts, feelings, emotions, what you did, that's considered a form of healing. So that ain't light at all. That's actually heavy. It's good though. You know what I'm saying? So that's good.
Yeah, and it's funny. I'm glad you said a full sentence, because as you said, as a teacher myself, my students, man, I'll be like, Kari, tell me how was your day? We got something called bell ringers. Something that they do as soon as they get in the classroom. How was probably day one of school, this upcoming, how was your summer break? Somebody might say, good. Nah, man, we need to fully write out my summer break was, during my summer break, this is what I did. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that them small details is kind of, what helps separate and allow for you. It matters. Them small details is what matters.
It matters. So that's good though, that she had you like that. Yeah, that's what's up. So so what happened? How did we get, because I feel like it's the beginning, right? It's the beginning of the episode, and people want to know, like, what happened? I want to know what happened. How did you get, what happened for you to go into prison? Like
the actual charge
the
that I
actual
committed.
charge, like, or
Okay.
yeah.
It was actually two separate incidents. They were both for like business establishment. One was like a record shop. I had it was robberies that I had went in there and robbed them basically, stupidly, but that's basically
what happened.
Yeah, what happened.
Okay, that's fair. We ain't have to get too deep into it. It's just just hearing the backstory, because it's kind of like we going straight, we skipping it.
But that's even to hear that though, I mean, it's serious, something that ain't to be done, but it's crazy to hear that they gave you 10, or that they initially was gonna give you 22 at 16 years old for the robberies, again as a juvenile. And was those your first charges?
First charge ever.
So I wonder, why was it so steep?
And then they also was telling me like the time frame was like around like October, right? That's like a election period almost, or close to it, or something like that. Wow. So they were saying basically like right now, this is the time when they're trying to get reelected and stuff like that. So they pushing out the harshest penalties.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Because I mean, you brought up the show, and it's crazy because even on the show that Of Your Honor, that was what was going on. Whoever the dude was a politician, and he was trying to get elected for the community, and he was just on some trickery stuff and trying to do whatever he could do
to win the masses.
To win the masses. So for you to sit here and say that, it's crazy to know that that's really what's going on out here during them time periods.
They playing with people's lives though. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Just also you can be in office. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it may be. You playing with people's lives. Like y'all taking people's lives for just
the betterment of yourselves.
And this is what we up against. You know what I'm saying? And that's what bothers me the most. We really up against just stone cold devil.
Well, so what was that transition like for you though, as a juvenile, your time as a juvenile being incarcerated to your time as an adult? What was that time period like, if you could express that?
Oh, it was well, number one, when you going from a juvenile mentality to a adult mentality, like it's gonna be a lot of different things that you never seen. You gonna see like everything as far as like even the homosexual activity. Dudes, you know, in the juvenile, the most you will see a person doing is 2, 3, 4 years. You'll walk past dude. How long you got all the 99 to life or 103? Like he never going home. So it's like it's like you got to be focused on what you want to do and how you gonna get there, and like you want to just be like that's what worked for me. Reminding myself, like, you know, you have an out day, be thankful for
The
what
out day.
and stay focused. But it was definitely like a and even as far as like you gonna have to defend yourself too. Like you can't be weak at all. You can't like is you gonna have to grow up quick. That's basically what I'm getting at. Like I had to like literally the night of my 18th birthday, 6 o'clock in the morning, they came in, hey, wake up, Hickman, you're going on the dark side.
Man, give me to noon, bruh. 6 in the morning.
Yeah. So it's like instantly you put in your mind like, okay, yeah, it's serious. Let's go.
That is deep. Like just like that is so deep and like crazy, because it's like, because I was gonna ask you, like, when you was 16, did they off rip send you? Because you know what, sometimes they just trial you as an adult and they just send you. They don't care how old you are. But with you being 16, they waited until you were 18, and then that morning, as soon as you turned 18, they said, "Let's go."
Let's go.
Wow. So that was like a quick switch that you had to adjustment that you had to make. Was you preparing yourself?
Yes.
Okay. So it was like when it was time to go, you like, all right.
You already knew what time it is. I was already prepared for this.
Yep.
Like in those moments though, did you have a little bit of fear because it was unknown?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You just can't show it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with being like that. That's really, I feel like that helped me stay on my toes. Not being a little fearful, you know, being a little uneasy. I feel like that saved me really.
Because it had you like cautious and aware of your surroundings and everything that was going on. So you was kind of like always on, kind of in protection mode. Ooh, so now that you're out, and like I know it's more to get into because whatever. Now that you're out, how do you try to, or how have you been trying to make the adjustment from out of protection mode to now? Like, I mean, because yes, it's still real life and you gotta, but like it's different now. Like you're not in there no more. I feel like
it started when I was in there. As my time progressed, I was able to get out of that type of mentality, out of that mode. I was able to like, you know, calm. I didn't have to worry about so much of. I was able to get my level lower, like a lesser lower prison, and like I had been there for a long time, so I was familiar with everybody really, and it was more so I was able to already. I'm still adjusting, but I was able to really be a lot calmer and smoother as far as getting out.
And what's that like though? Because at the point in time you was the one that was 18, so I guess maybe the youngest on the yard.
Yes, absolutely.
What was that like going from being an 18-year-old on the yard to being low key like the top dog? You know what I'm saying? I didn't transition. Now it's another little 18 coming in.
I used to tell them all the time. Like literally it remind me exactly of me. I'll be able to see it. Like damn. Like it was one dude, one of my guys, his name Keith Stanford. He from Columbia, he from East Haven. But I remember he had the exact same sentence I had. We only like a couple years apart though. But it just like the crazy, just to see him like, man, you remind me of me. Like they did the exact same thing, the way he was transitioning everything. Like, man, it was like, but everything that I remember that I wish somebody would have been there, or I needed, or I was thinking about, or I wish I had help on, or whatever, I try to give it to them. Like, oh, nah, don't get involved in that, or, you know, this is the way. I ain't gonna preach to you, but listen, if you want to make it a little easier, do it like this. Or, you know.
So did you have someone? You said you didn't have no one.
It was a few key dudes. Virgil McClendon. He's from my neighborhood, right? He actually is doing life right now. Him and Nicholas Newton. He from a couple streets over. They both older though, but like they were like when I was 18, 19ish, those is like dudes who I looked up to at that point in time, right? But they were like they were about the right stuff. They didn't play. They was zero tolerance for like they wasn't no pushovers or nothing like that. But like they were about like educating themselves.
Okay.
You know, not letting the time just like be wasteful. You know, doing stuff that was productive. And even though like they end up both riding out, going different places. But like those things that I remember that, you know, certain things they instilled in me or I picked up from them, I was able to take with me.
That's what's up.
That's dope.
That's what's up for sure. What was the the regimen like for you to work out, man? Because you
Oh,
out here
serious.
looking
It was
looking
serious.
serious over here, man. With the,
Pull ups, calisthenics.
Okay.
Calisthenics is always the best. Calisthenics.
What's
Like
calisthenics?
push-ups.
so calisthenics is basically workout with your body weight.
Okay.
So push ups, squats, jumping jacks, crunches, sit ups. Or I like to run.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been maintaining since you've been home?
Yes, indeed. I work out.
For sure.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
good to know.
Yes,
Was
I
that
get
like that helped you with like stress
yes,
and everything?
yes, major stress reliever.
Uh-huh.
Working out, yes, it's
So it was healthy.
yes.
That was healthy. That's what's up. So okay, so like you said, you transition over and you met some people from your hood that kind of poured into you. You seen some people that you was able to pour into. How was it making that transition to now having a roommate that you might not know? You know what I'm saying? Like did you have multiple different roommates?
A lot of different roommates.
Right.
A lot of different cellies.
So how was that? Like trying to, now you gotta share it with somebody that you don't know from somewhere else.
So that's something honestly until my last celly that I had, I never adjusted to. Never.
That's what they say.
Never. You will never adjust to being in a little room. As far as for me, I could never, like, it's basically you living in the bathroom, right? So, you got the toilet right there, sink right there. You lock down, a bunk bed's a small area, right? So, you not only like you hearing them when they pass gas, you hearing them snore. Then we got phone tablets, so we hearing each other's conversations on the phone.
Wow. No privacy.
No privacy. We work out. So then like one of my problems also that I had with a lot of cellies is our dirty clothes have to be in here, right? So it's already a small secluded area. It's really nowhere so you got to stay on your watch and your clothes. It's funky in here. We coming back from hooping, working out, funky, or wash your sheets, man, or just smelling another man. It was can't adjust to that.
Yes. Okay, I get that. You're right. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I wouldn't want that.
No, for sure. So during your 10 years, where did your support come from, and did you learn anything about friendships during your time that helped you develop your individual journey of growth?
Okay, so I want to go into friendships first. So prison showed me the title that I hold on friends now. It changed my whole view on friends. First, because I had people that I thought that we was friends for sure. You couldn't tell me we weren't friends, that they weren't, but like they didn't go check on my mom when I went there. When I went to prison, they didn't go check on my family. They didn't check on me. So like it definitely show you who really there for you, who really care about you, and like to get at the support. Like my mom, I got sisters. I got a few sisters. My sisters was there for me. Of course, my girlfriend, she was there for me. She was definitely very supportive, keeping me, on the right track. But like it was mainly the close, the family. It was mainly family.
Yeah.
Rather than friends.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man, because growing up, I had a real tight knit group of friends, and then unfortunately we lost somebody that was close to us to getting killed. And since then, it opened up my eyes to a lot of things as well. Because like you said, one key thing is, we hear about the code of how we supposed to be living growing up. You know, we hear about if you get locked up, bro, I'm gonna hold you down. I'm gonna hold down Mom Dukes. I'm gonna look out for the sisters. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do all I can. But it's crazy how during those moments of getting locked up or when you done lost somebody, it really goes to show like, nah, just life goes on. Because a lot of people just keep on moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, it still shocks me to this day on how a person that was so near and dear to so many people, you know, once he done passed away, ain't too many people, like you saying, checking on Mom Dukes. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too many people checking on little sister, make sure she, you know, mentally straight, or, you know, just the small things. Ain't nobody asking for you to do, you know what I'm saying, too much of anything except for, you know, a text message here and there. But it's crazy how we hear that we were supposed to live by these codes, but how many of us really abide by them?
No, that's real. Cause I was sitting here thinking like to kind of go into what y'all was saying. He was 16 when he got locked up, and then even just your situation. I'm like, really, was our expectations too high? Because at 16, who really know how to really hold somebody down in jail? And then it's like, even with your situation, it's like it takes a lot of maturity to understand or know, oh, let's do this. But when you go into, we got this code, the street code that we supposed to live by, but nobody's abiding by. That's where it's like, is it realistic though? Because it's like, people, where is this coming from? And who's teaching real, true support and friendship in situations when somebody go to jail or when somebody pass away? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, sure. I think about that, like, you was 16. Really, when you think about like how many 16-year-olds, you know, really know how to hold it down for you when you know, you in jail. And that don't negate the fact that you know, you had your experiences and you see like, dang, you really weren't my friend. But it's like, when you think about it, it's like, dang, how much could a 16-year-old do?
They turned 21 one day. They turned 21 and 22. No, I'm still here, bro.
Which is true. You learn to grow in those things. Sure. But like you said, it's like when you younger and you live in a certain type of lifestyle, that's you think people know because that's what we brought up around.
We expect for people to know, because I mean, from what I done got from you, bro, you seem to be a super stand-up individual. So it seems as if you wouldn't do for somebody that you wouldn't expect for them to do for you. So I think that's where the biggest problem is, because we all have this self-proclaimed proclamation. I don't know if I just made that word up. We all claim to be this person, you know what I'm saying? So the morals and the principles that I say that I'm gonna live by, and I know that I'm gonna make sure bro straight if I need to, I'm just expecting for someone else to do that, but not everyone is living like that. You know what I'm saying? So when he was 16 and somebody that might have been one of his homies that got locked up, he may have been a person to still, at least like we say, check on Mom Dukes. Go cut Mom Dukes' grass from your shovel the snow. You know what I'm saying? I ain't asking for much, but that's what he would do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. So I would expect for just to do the bare minimum as well. But it goes to show the immaturity or the lack of I guess what we would say, realness, you know, because that's what we say it is. What makes you a real friend or whatnot.
Right. So I got a question. So now that you're out, you've been out for a month, correct? Yeah.
A little over a month.
A little over a month. Are you open to, I mean, now we're grown, but are you open to friendship, or did it shut you off from it?
No, I'm definitely open to friendship.
Okay.
I'm definitely open to friendship.
But the right friendship, right?
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So you just like, now I'm looking for the right people to connect myself with, be involved in on this level. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Because, you know, sometimes with situations like that, you be like, I'm cool. I don't want no more friends. It's over.
Yeah.
I already seen what I need to see. I'm done. No. Okay. So that's what's up. You still open to it.
For sure. While you was locked up, what was some of your biggest mental struggles that you had to, you know, fight through?
Mental struggles. It was few of them. Well, my it was a lot of them, man. It's a lot of my sister. Right when I was 18, my older sister was killed. One of them was killed. That was like I was hurt by that. I was like, man, like while I'm in here, I had to like deal with that, you know, without the typical grieving process. So I feel like I really didn't grieve for real properly. One of my closest friends, Joshua Collins, a lot of people know him. died while I was locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Then like it was mainly death. I feel like the deaths. It was hard. I couldn't grieve properly. Probably.
That's tough, bro. You know what I'm saying? To get them phone calls or to make the phone call and to hear some news like that, or get the news however you have received it, and to be in the environment that you was in. And like you say, big sis, bro, I'm sorry to hear that. Rest her soul. Like you said, not be able to properly grieve in a situation like that, bro. I can't even imagine what that was like. I can't even imagine. But what I will say is, again, it's good to see that even during your time, and I can say that I know sis is super proud of you, because the man that you become and that you're growing to become, is super commendable. It's super commendable. You could have let a moment like that make you crash out.
Mm-hmm.
You could have, and then like you said, losing a friend. You say your best friend, one of your best friends. Like you said, death after death, man, could have made you crash out, and it could have took you to a whole nother route while you was incarcerated to set you back, but you didn't allow that to. You continue to push through and show that perseverance for you to get to where you are.
Most definitely.
How did you grieve? I know you said you didn't properly grieve. Like, how did you?
Yeah, so I was like, it was a point in my time where I was fighting. Man. I was getting into a lot of altercations. Like, I was angry. I was angry, like, about the time, about the loss, everything. I was just angry. And I feel like it didn't grieve, but I feel like that's how I was letting it out a little bit at that time.
Do you plan on, like, now that you out, try to, like, get any kind of, like, therapy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because for you to have been incarcerated for that long, and then all these losses that you done took while being in there, it's definitely needed for you to unpack as much as you can. I mean, like, it's like, just any kind of help that you can get mentally, so you don't revert or, what I'm saying, crash out, like you said, because sometimes we can hold things together until a certain point, and then it'll be like, all right, I ain't holding it together no more. So we want you to keep holding it together and enduring, but getting the proper help that you need, so that way you can really move forward and be the best version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that you really take, you only been out for a month, but and a little month after a month, but it's a lot that you can do in this time as well. Because I know that when you were in jail, you was like seeing what you could have did all in that day. Now that you out, it's like you got 24 hours to make something happen. It's a lot you can get done in 24 hours. So
yes, indeed.
Yeah.
But saying that, I also would love to throw it out there, bro. Like, take your time with it, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
please.
Don't let the fact that you did lose the 10 years make you feel like you got to all get it all back in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Take your time, bro. And just continue to stay focused and doing what you're doing. And just because don't let it drive you crazy. Like I keep saying, from what it seems like, you on the right path for sure. You had mentioned some scuffles that you had got into.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, we had talked on the phone the one time, and I think you said the first scuffle you got into was over the phone with an older dude.
Yes, indeed.
What was that situation like, on how you had to handle that?
So if I could get y'all to see the scenario, like it was like they have a phone room in each block, right? It's about 200 people in the phone room. I mean, 200 people in the block.
Wow.
It's only 8 phones.
Wow.
So y'all know that. And also, we locked down for counts at certain times. So basically, all in all, it's probably about like 8 hours of phone time altogether, maybe 30-minute calls at the time, right? 15-minute calls, something like that. Anyway, the dude was 8 people on the phone. I'm in the back corner. The dude come in. Basically, he kind of like picked the shot. Basically, I felt it as like he told me like, yeah, I'm next on the phone. So then he came back in 5 minutes though, and was like, I told you, like, get up off that phone. So in my mind, I'm knowing that like you're gonna get tried. It was coming eventually, but like. I also, when I seen him say that, I seen other eyes looking too, like, okay.
So you see how you was gonna respond.
So I had to handle it.
Yeah.
I had to.
Cause who you think think you is coming to me talking about get off the phone?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no, for real. Seriously though.
Yeah, for
And
real.
that's how they really get down.
Yeah, most definitely.
Get off the phone. Like,
Most
just
definitely.
imagine.
But my thing is, even with that, and I know, I guess it was maybe they was all just trying to test the situation out. But it's like, bro, why you coming for the phone that I'm on?
Exactly.
It's 7 other
That's what
phones.
that's how I knew, right then and there.
Yeah, it's seven other phones, bro. Like, hold on, bro. Go ahead, and
Do you think size and height had to play with why people tried
Absolutely. Absolutely.
trying to see if you was going?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He's gonna be a little firecracker.
Man, most definitely. When you undersized, you definitely gotta show, you gotta put some demonstrations down.
Right.
You period, you're gonna have to put demonstrations down, but I definitely used to feel like that,
Oh, you think because I'm a little
Yeah.
that I ain't gonna bet? Because like, who are you to tell me to get off the phone? I can't. I ain't gonna lie. You can walk up to me, tell me to get off the phone.
I've seen, and honestly, I've seen like a lot worse. I seen the dudes that didn't react like that, and that turned over to, not just get off the phone. Matter of fact, let me use your money and put me on your phone pen. Or when you go to the store, just I'm doing your list for you, and you go get our food. Yeah, I seen all of that. And worse than that.
Okay, so
I seen it all.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so it's like you say, win, lose, or draw, bro. I ain't going.
Yeah, period. That's the mindset you gotta have.
Win,
That's
lose,
the
or draw, I ain't going, bro. Period.
But it's like they take like just the system. Just think about it. They put you in a hostile environment where you gotta fight for yourself. It's either killed or be killed. And it's just like this is an environment that we creating for y'all to get better in, to rehabilitate y'all in. This is how we create. This is the environment we create so you can get out and become a better person. That's a setup. I'm creating this hostile environment so whenever you get mad, you want to get on the phone, this is how you react. So when you get out, if things don't go your way, you're going to react this way too. Not realizing this is the real world. You're going to get put right back in jail acting like this.
Yeah.
Setup.
We had spoke a little bit, right before the cameras got on. I had asked about the mental struggles or mental battles. And you had kind of, brought up a situation. What was some of the physical battles that you had to overcome?
So, give you a little backstory, right? When I was 15, I was shot in my back, a drive-by shooting. So pretty much ever since that shooting, the shooting I've been having stomach like complications. Like off and on, we could just be having a conversation like this. My stomach could just start hurting out the blue. Well, fast forward years later, while I'm in prison serving time, my stomach start hurting out the blue bad. Like they end up and at first, I just thought it was something light, so I went to the infirmary and stuff, and they gave me some stuff to use the restroom. It didn't work. I was throwing it up, so they ended up taking me to the hospital. Well, once I get in there, they do tests. They like, oh, we got to take you in surgery. Your bowels is twisted. So basically, like a fragment or whatever, like it got twisted in there, and they end up having to do emergency surgery. They had to put a colostomy bag on my stomach temporarily. So when I went through, I had what was that, 2 surgeries? Because they put it on, no, 3. Then they took it off. But when they reversed it after the time, cause I had to have it on for a certain amount of time, they took it off while I was still in prison serving the time. And when they reversed it, they rushed it. They didn't do the surgery correctly. They went and messed it up, and like 6 months later, this past December. I'm in the cell, stomach start hurting again. They had to put it back on my stomach. I got it on right now.
Wow, you can't even tell.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be having surgery now that I'm out. I'm gonna get the proper care, but yeah.
So, and during that time of having to go through the surgeries, like you say, then to have the reverse surgery, and you said for them to mess up. I mean, I know the answer, but who's that for? Who does that fall? Whose responsibility is that? Who does that fall back on?
See, that's what was the problem, because it should go back on OSU, right? Because that's where it was done at. But then also I was in the custody of basically the state. So like it's both of them, because they weren't like doing the bringing me back to check and make sure it was healing good or any of that.
OSU what didn't?
Or the state.
Right,
Yeah,
or the state.
So it's like, wow. So wow, they set you up for death too at this point because they don't care.
Yeah.
Like we just pretty much, it's kind of like we just gonna get you in to say that we did it, to make sure that we did that.
Just say
But
we
whatever
did our due
happens,
diligence.
we ain't even tripping.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So in jail, you're not getting a proper care at all.
Not at all.
So, oh my God, see,
that's something that I definitely want dudes to realize too. Like you got a medical problem, a medical situation, you're not
getting taken care of.
You're gonna get the basic. Okay, you good from there. All right, go ahead on about your business. You know,
because I'm pretty sure even after you had the surgery, you had to go back to jail and still survive.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
And be in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And no.
Yeah, that's tough. So it's no different expectation. It's like, okay, you had your surgery.
Bye.
Is it a recover? Like, what's the transition like from there to now I'm back in this environment? Because
so I was I had surgery. What was that? Had surgery. I want to say like 4 or 5 days later, I was back on the block in the wheelchair.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
In a wheelchair.
In a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Did anybody try you then?
No, I was already. I had been
established.
there for long. Yeah.
Okay, Lord, because that I can't imagine. Like that is uncomfortable and inhumane.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So okay, so you get the surgery, you go back, you in the wheelchair. You having to recover on your own. Did they give you any meds?
Mm-hmm. Like pain medication. Yep.
Just that.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Mm-hmm. So now that you home, you can get the proper.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it reversed now, and it's gonna.
And then go back into surgery and get everything.
Yep.
And then, so you can come off of the bag, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is just temporary. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Basically, when they went in there and fixed it, they just put the bag on there. A lot of times when people have any stomach surgery, they put the bag on there so the place where they worked on can heal.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then once they feel like it healed, they take it off, and then you're good all over again. So you said this came from you getting shot in the back.
Yes. And
wow.
And it basically, a fragment was like
still.
Yeah, because it's like I got scars all on this. So like my lung collapsed. It messed me up.
Man, God has been literally saving you.
Yeah.
You have like literally a calling on your life. You literally have. God got something for you to do. Like he really wants you here, needs you here, and really is making a way for you to be here. I want you to know that.
Most definitely.
Like seriously. So let's kind of go back. So when you got shot, it was just a drive-by. Mm-hmm. Was it like it was just like you was there, so having been away, innocent, standing and got shot in the back at the age of 15?
Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So you've been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then end up being incarcerated and going to prison at 16.
16, yeah.
Wow.
About April, I got shot April 28th. I went to jail October, so it was that April. About 5 months, give or take.
Wow.
6 months.
Well, look, man, we got we do something called this or that we like doing for our guests, about halfway through or whatnot. So, this is where we put on a timer and just ask you a few random questions, for you to answer. You get about what we say 30
I'm gonna give you 30 seconds.
30 seconds and see how you do.
Real quick.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
This or that. Okay.
You gotta ask him, is he ready?
You ready?
I'm ready. This or that, right?
This or that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? This or that. It ain't all of them ain't this or that, but yeah, that's the concept of it.
It's the concept of it.
Okay.
All right, go.
Dream vacation.
Say it again.
Dream vacation.
Dream vacation?
Yeah.
If you can go anywhere in the world right now, where would you want to go?
I want to go to Egypt.
Okay.
Ooh.
Favorite actor?
Definitely Denzel. He cold.
Okay. One word that describes you.
Spontaneous.
Okay.
Favorite movie?
I'm not a big movie dude. Damn.
You keep going.
Hear me, look. Okay, give us a movie that you like.
I'm not a movie person. I don't like movies.
TV show,
definitely. I like that new BMF. I like what's going on in there.
Okay. If you were stranded on an island for a month, what's 3 things you would take?
A knife.
Okay.
Box of matches. And stranded on the island. Damn. What else I need? I might need a gun. True. Might need a hunt.
Well,
Might
the
need a hunt.
knife would be for you to hunt too,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, a gun.
It could serve as a protector, as a protection, or it could serve as you getting your food too.
We got two, Jeezy or Gucci.
Gucci.
Okay. Celebrity crush.
Say
I had to pass on that one.
Okay.
period.
That's a good answer.
You would have answered it.
Nah.
Yes, you would have. He would have answered it. You was gonna answer it. That's we already know anyway.
How you know his celebrity crush?
Well, she know his celebrity crush. I know yours.
Who?
None of your business.
Nah, for sure, bro. And then
yes. So yes.
Something else that we like doing, bro, for our guests is to show our gratitude and our appreciation for coming on, bro. Again, you done been through some stuff, and for you to be a black man,
Thank you.
to come on here today, to sit with us and have the push that you are going for since being home, them was flowers for you, and I said this before, a lot of times, we say we gonna give out flowers when it's too late, but
yes,
2 months in, going on 2 months, I want you to know that you deserve them, bro, and I want you to continue doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And pushing forward. Also, it's something else in there for you as well. It's a book called Think and Grow Rich.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you're familiar with it. I don't know if if you're a big reader or whatnot.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. Have you read that?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes, sir. I love this. This
so
is
you
a great
already
read.
Read it?
Yes, sir. This is a great book.
No. So
this is a book though. This is a book that you can't never stop reading though. This is a reread, and a read again.
Okay.
Yeah, this
so
is a great book.
So do you have a copy? You don't have a copy?
I don't have a copy though.
Okay. Well, that works then. So but what I wanted to, I guess not challenge you for or ask of you, as a black man is I had got me a copy myself. Bro.
Yes, sir.
So, what I wanted to do is see if there's something that we can do together.
Okay.
Maybe read.
Yes, indeed.
Knock out a chapter, tap in with each other, what you get from it, what I got from it, politic, and just, grow with each other like that.
Yes, indeed. I love that.
For sure,
I love that.
You got this book. Look.
Yes, sir. No,
man, I was in Barnes and Noble. We was just, trying to figure out something. And she was like, what, a book? I'm like, that might be cool. I was in Barnes and Noble for like 30, 45 minutes trying to find a book.
Have you read The Slight Edge?
Oh, no. Who's that by? Who's the author of that?
Jeff Olson.
And
I was going to get that.
You should have listened to your wife.
They didn't have it.
See, the thing about Think and Grow Rich, it gives you certain things to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have you read it before?
I haven't.
So the book is gonna give you like certain things to do. It's going to ask you about your goals, things you're working towards, and stuff like that. So like this is definitely a good book to read because my goals and things have changed versus when I was in jail years ago. So that's a great gift, man.
That's what's up. So it still works.
Yes, indeed.
All
Okay.
right. Well, let's do that then, bro. Again, I just was like, this is something that I think me and bro can read together. Because I consider myself, a reader. I didn't kind of fell off, here recently. I think, the summertime, end of the school year, not having a baby. But I think that'd be dope for us to, tap in with that together. Like you said, you didn't kind of read it already, so it's a lot I know that you can probably give to me, as I'm reading myself.
Have you read this Spook by the Door?
That's a book that I definitely want to read. Nip. I'm familiar with it from
all the books that she told me to get.
Okay. We was thinking, I was like, a book. Then I was like, I think the two books that came to my mind was Slight Edge.
Yeah.
And then you said the Spook that sat by the door.
Sat by the door.
Them was the two that came to my mind. I was like, you should get them. And then he ended up getting this book, which was still cool because I haven't read them. I'm like listening to audiobooks now, and I'm listening to them like how I would listen to podcasts, and it's been working for me because I'm getting through books like this, but also too I'm actually getting the information as well. So I definitely still want. Yeah. If he don't get it, I'm gonna get both of y'all. You got a Spook that sat by the door. Or you don't have it? I
don't have that.
Okay, so I'm going to get that for both of y'all. And then y'all can read that one too.
Yeah. And Slight Edge is a good read too. It talks about how, doing the pretty much the small, tiniest things consistently add up over time. Or how not doing the small things consistently can lead in the wrong direction as well. So if I sat here and said I'm gonna do 5 push-ups every day for 2 years, you know, if I did 5 push-ups today, I might not see the results, of course, immediately. But if I consistently did my 5 every day, I'm just saying like a small number because that's what it kind of focuses on, like doing the small things. How eventually over that 2 years, doing 5 push-ups is going to add up, and you're gonna see the progress.
Most definitely.
Yep. So it's a good read.
So you said this book kind of talks about like goals and things like that.
Yes. It focuses on of course financial things you want to change, but like it gives you like a certain thing to tell you like that I remember is your definite chief aim. So it says something like 90% of people or something like that doesn't have a definite thing that they want out of their life, basically. And like by doing that, by having the actual something that you set and aiming for, you did something different than like 90% of people living.
For sure.
Wow.
So I remember that.
That's dope.
I can see that.
So let's talk about goals now that you out.
Yes.
So you only been out like once again for like a month and a half.
Yes, indeed.
We got so much more to go. What are some things that you want to do, you know, or accomplish, or you know, while being home? Like, give us some things that you want to do.
Most definitely, I'm working. You know, I do music. I do music. I'm working. Yes, I'm on the mixtape. I want to definitely get
You
into
rap?
the music. Yes, indeed. I work on the book, autobiography. I wanna talk to the youth, man. Juveniles, it was like myself, man. Like not just the juveniles though, men too. It was like myself, incarcerated, come from the type of things I come from. I wanna like communicate with them, work with them, help them in any way that they can. Cause not only just like with the ones that's never been to prison, the ones in prison, but the ones coming home. Like all of the, even to the minutest steps that they gonna take. Like I've been able to experience what it's like to be a felon. You coming home from years in prison. All of the little things like that you would like a person may not think that would affect a person that does. Like, man, even like being in the store, walking, being able to just walk and do what you want to do. All little stuff, how people look at you, I can relate to them in that aspect. Like I know, like you know, how to operate, how to maneuver. I feel like I can be a help to them, an asset to them.
Absolutely, for sure, bro.
That's dope,
bro. Because you, what's special about it is you come from that. You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. So ain't nothing flaw about what you talk about.
Yeah.
With you coming from that, ain't no, you know what my boy Nipsey say, ain't no smut on your name. Can't nobody say nothing bad about you. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody say that even during your 10 years, you ducked your taco. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody say nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and on top of that, you a leader. So naturally, men are going to navigate to that. You know, we want to be around other men that we can be led by, or we can learn from, or we can grow from, and also feel protected by. You know what I'm saying? Like in the sense of, if I know we both going out or whatnot, I know bro might be able to hold his own, I can hold my, you know what I'm saying? And little things like that. So you carry these valuable what we say, character attributes that are going to be so relatable to so many people, like you say, not only from kids but to adults your age and even older, you know. So I definitely would love to connect. And even with me being in the school system, I would love for you to come in there, bro, because I've worked, because it's changed now, but you know, in the past I've primarily focused on kids with ED. So, you know, they label them as having behavior problems. So it's good when they can have other, you know, people come in, other men come in and help them out. Because typically by the time I'm in high school, it's usually only boys in my class. You know, it's a small class, usually about 8 to 10 or whatnot. But they be needing that person that they can look up to. And what I can give to one, I might not be able to give to little homie over there, you know what I'm saying? It just might not be a connection, you know, but you may come in there and immediately, you know, the impact that you can have on him that I can't necessarily, like I say, give, you could do that. So I would love for you to come in there into my classroom, bro, if that's something that you would be willing to do, and
I'm with it.
you know,
more than
chop
willing.
it up. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm gonna challenge you really quick. So if you, for anybody that's watching, like you said, young, older, what would be some advice or something that you would want to leave them with? Something that you could just off the top, that you can just, if you could pour it to somebody right now, it could be anything. What would you pour into somebody?
Don't take your life for granted. don't definitely not only not taking your life for granted, but don't necessarily, you don't have to be what the norm is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to feel like it's corny or it's not what's going on if you don't necessarily want to do what you see people do. It's not, don't be afraid to go after something that's different.
Mm-hmm. I think that's hard,
That's
bro.
hard.
Again, being a natural leader, because I talk to my boys often about that. Like, but we living in a world to where it's so hard for them to understand that, especially at younger age, and then it's older men as well. It's so hard for them to grasp, like, it's okay to be different. So I'm glad that you just left us with that or expressed that message, because it's a real struggle of the society that we living in right now.
So you got that you want to do. You want kids?
Absolutely.
How many you want?
I don't have a cap on it.
Okay.
But I definitely, want some kids.
So I got another one for you. So you had made a post, and it was a status that you had, or a status. That's what it'll be, right? The status of
on the picture.
Yeah, that's
caption.
The caption.
I'm like, is this Facebook, Instagram? What are you talking about?
You had made the caption. Look, watch my students. Hey, Mr. Q think he's so old. He don't be knowing what's going on. You had made a caption on your picture that really stuck with me. It said, don't call me a felon. I'm a restored citizen.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I added that. I really like that part. But coming from your background, has there been any challenges since coming home on maintaining focus?
Absolutely. See, so what you gonna have, right? Especially, I feel like from being in the streets to then me changing my mindset and saying, this is not what I'm gonna be involved with, or certain things I'm not gonna do. I'm not with, taking the risk to throw my life away, or I put more value on myself than that now, right? But people that I knew before, some of them still doing the same stuff. Some of them still involved in the same things or the same type of stuff. And I feel like me not being quick to, surround myself or agree to certain things or accept certain things, that been a challenge. Most definitely.
Yeah. And now that you out, you got a lot of decisions to make. Not to put any pressure on you, but like you said, to stay in the space of being restored. So it's very important that you very careful about who you hang with, what you surround yourself by, and also just being serious about what it is that you want to do in life. Because now it's different. You got more access to things. So whatever you want to do, whatever, you can do it.
Yes, indeed.
But you got to be surrounded by the right people and making the right decisions. You know what I'm saying? Because as you know, one bad decision can mess up your whole entire life. So I feel like, just hearing you talk, that. That ain't something that you already know. I'm cool on that.
Yes, indeed.
So for sure, just making sure that you surround yourself by the right people and staying focused, because this is a world full of distractions, from big to small. People equate it to just the small, like just things that we think like, oh, going out to the club. No, distractions could be you just going to sleep all the time. Just the minor things. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to stay focused. Do you have like spiritual guidance, like where you got somebody like I don't know.
I actually since being incarcerated, I took up the Islamic faith.
Okay.
Since I feel like that was another thing that helped me.
Okay.
I came from a Christian background, though, my mom or them, but like for me, that gave me the discipline that I needed. That gave me the just for me, everybody's spiritual walk is different. I know that, but like for me, it suited me. It helped me to get it. It just helped me a lot in every aspect as far as spiritual.
For sure, bro. And I'm gonna make sure that I continue to pray and make sure I put them prayers up for you, for myself, for black males in general, you know, but what you see here of that, you know, continued focus and that continue, you know, that growth, bro, because again, I can't imagine, bro, like that, when you went in, you was 15, Columbus ain't looked the same. You know, I went to school for 4 or 5 years and when I came back, stuff was different here, you know what I'm saying? So for you to come home, and like you say, still attached to, you know, the environment technically that kind of, you know, led you into, you know, being incarcerated, bro. You know, I know that is a struggle. You know, I know that is hard, bro. But you know, I challenge you again, you know, to continue to stay focused because people watching. You know, like when you came home, shoot, it plastered across my feed, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, who is bruh? You know what I'm saying? Check it out. He didn't went crazy coming home, and then, you know, it's you always one person away from knowing somebody. And I know we probably know a lot of people that's probably, you know, connected, but I had got that phone call from somebody that, you know, I'm close to, was like, hey, yeah, you know, check out bro. You know, he just came home, and then we had connected from there, and it's, you know, it's a blessing. So again, I was watching before we even connected, is what I'm saying. You know, I was already impressed and I was already appreciative of the demonstration that you was putting down off top. And then it was just a blessing once the phone call happened and then the DM happened. I'm like, dang, this is crazy. We meant, you know what I'm saying? We meant to sit here down and have this sit down.
Most definitely.
For sure.
Because you got a lot of people who, like he said, that's going to be watching. But most importantly, you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna support you as well, especially when you for the right. You know,
yes, indeed.
When you trying to do what's right and help, you're gonna get a lot of support as well because we need that, and we don't have a lot of people that's being real and authentic about the experiences or the things that got them to where they at and what they trying to do. I think this is so beautiful because we seen you in the beginning of this journey that you about to embark on, of this newness of just life. And I'm talking about life, like blessings, love, you know, just everything. Like we see in the beginning of it. And I'm happy to be able to see from this point forward to further along, like how your life is about to change in a good way. Because what your heart desire is to really help younger people or people that was in your situation, to pour into them. That you don't get people that come out thinking like that. They were about self first. You know what I'm saying? You like, I want to be able to help other people out that was in my situation and pour into them. And I think that is huge. You know, that's already just big by within itself. You know what I'm saying? So it is definitely an honor and a blessing to be sitting here with you just because just solely off of your story and knowing that God wants you here, you protected, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
And he done made a way. So definitely everything gonna work out the way it's supposed to for you. And I'm happy about that for you for sure.
Appreciate it.
Since coming home, what has been some of your most joyous moments?
Ooh, family time.
For sure.
A few cookouts I got I got to be a part of. My mom's first birthday, we had a cookout for her. That was the first one I had been there with her since she was 50. That was the first one so that was like, I was very happy about that.
What was Mom Duke's, that first time y'all seen each other, what was her expression like?
She held it together.
Did she?
Mm-hmm, she held it together.
Okay.
It was matter of fact, it was on Mother's Day.
What, when you came home?
Yeah, it was on Mother's Day. Yo, no, it wasn't. That was the first time I got to see her. You know, I didn't get to see her at first until Mother's Day. So that was it. That was
a good Mother's Day gift. You ain't seen your son and now, that was a great Mother's Day gift. Wow. What was that first meal?
That first, I done ate so much good food. What was the first meal? What was the first meal you cooked me? It was real home cooking.
Was you able to stomach it?
Yes, indeed.
Cause I know my brother, he did like 6 years one time,
Yeah.
and then he came home and he couldn't eat he would take a bite, but I think everything was just so overwhelming for him because you know he done ate soups and all these different things. So he come home, he like take 2 bites, he stop, and he like I think it was a lot. So I know that's the thing for people. It was the same for like that with my dad as well. Like couldn't stomach.
Yep.
You know.
Once I was comfortable,
He be smashing.
I was comfortable. It was on.
Okay, I got one for you, man. Going in at 15 and coming home at 25. If it was any moment you could have been free for to say you experienced it, what would it have been and why?
Oh, a moment I would have wanted to be free for to say I experienced it. It would have. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think deep.
Thank you.
Well, I would say a moment I wanted to be there for, definitely my little sister.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple moments with her journey, but like my little sister, she's in college. She got to Oakwood University.
Okay.
She when she actually went, like and during childhood, like my little sister, I was there, like we was like we my mom's two youngest children.
Mm-hmm.
So like we did everything together. Like I remember like I would pick her up from the school bus every day, like or just all the little stuff. I remember just being there everywhere. We was always back to back, like together. So like seeing her go to college and having to like hear about her college experiences from in there, like I would have definitely like want to be out for that. Like,
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You share the moments with sis.
yeah, most definitely.
So you said she's at Oakwood right now.
Oakwood University. Yep.
Do you know what she's taking up in major?
To be a surgical technician, I want to
For
say.
real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she going
Yep.
crazy.
She going crazy,
Yeah.
'cause
Yep.
That's
Lord
what's
Jesus,
up.
college ain't no joke.
Mm-hmm. She intelligent.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
But I can believe it though. So, and that's just something I thought of because, like you said, sis is in school right now to be a surgical technician, possibly. Sit here with you and then be able to have this conversation with you. Clearly y'all all are very intelligent.
Most definitely.
If you feel like you would have not went to prison, if this was situation would never happen, 16, and maybe you was able to maintain focus. What was your dreams then?
That's a big if. That's a big if because I feel like I wanted to always want to be a boxer though.
Okay.
Like that was my first passion. Like I love to box and stuff like that. But like honestly, I don't let my mind go down that track because I know that I was supposed to be right where I was.
For sure.
I
Wow.
know
I love
that the situation how it happened was suited like for me to go through it. Not no one else. Like, I think that was how it happened. It was meant for me to
For
do
sure.
it like that.
And I didn't say this again before, bro. Like I love that. God give his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers.
Most
So
definitely.
what's meant for you is meant for you. You know what I'm saying? So what you've been through, was suited for you to do that, and only you was able to go through them struggles or have them nights, and it has helped prepare you for the blessing that you got to come to you. So I love that answer for sure.
Most definitely.
I love that. In your walk, has there been anything you've had to let go in order to elevate to the man you desire to be?
Certain relationships.
So
Certain people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I talked about people that certain friends I thought was just certain connections, certain associates, I should say. Most definitely. Gotta let them go. Gotta.
Yeah. That's I guess back to that, it's challenging, because when you grow with people, you have these relationships with people, and then, due to just life in general, you end up starting to see yourself go separate ways. That's hard. I know for a long time, it's like I was trying to hold on to relationships with people that I, probably should have, it's time to let go, and it's crazy because, oftentimes during my, walk of, trying to grow and elevate, I remember I would always pray like, God, separate the people that's supposed to be in my life, pick the people around me that I need to be around. And then look at me after sending up that prayer, still trying to hold on to, God showing me, he revealing to me these answers, that I done prayed for. Whether that be, I don't know, they done did something or I done did something to where we ain't mixing no more, but I'm still trying to hold on to it. But then I'm gonna go to sleep and pray to God and be like, God, can you please put the people around me? You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy that, at least from my experience, it was many times he was trying to show me like, all right, now it's time for y'all to start separating, but I was still trying to, hold on or maybe bring somebody with me to where it's like, bro, it's time.
But that's why they say don't say that prayer unless you're ready.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get to see people fall like dominoes and it's going to hurt. So you got to mean it when you say it. Because if you believe and you believe in God, you know that when you ask for something, he going to give it to you. So you can't say like, Lord, take it away from me. No, he gonna take it away. He gonna show you real quick. You know that. But let's go back to the rehabilitation thing, because what about like if you can implement any rehabilitated type of programs or things that you feel like should happen? What is something that you feel like?
I thought about this a lot. Like,
Okay.
so what they do, right? They say they say like Department of Rehabilitation and Correction. That's the label they put on it. So when you go to prison, you're not forced to do nothing, though. So you go in, they do a little fake assessment on you. A case manager say, well, this is what I'm saying that you should do. But then they like, all right, if you enroll in something, if you do program, basically you can sleep your whole time away. Like I could have slept all day and
they wouldn't have been.
They wouldn't have cared.
It wouldn't have been no rehabilitating. It just would have been, that's what you want to do.
Exactly. I feel like when people come in, it should be based off of their individual crime, what they did, analysis like how they mental work, what type of time they on, like as far as that, and then specific things tailored to helping that person out.
Like, so what type of programs did they even have?
So I took a lot of, they actually have a lot of programs though, like certain financial programs, like Thinking for a Change help like with your anger management, victims awareness, like if you got a victim in your case, like men of permanent change. Then they got like you can get your plumbing, HVAC, I want to say certain stuff. I took a landscaping, like horticulture.
Culinary?
They didn't have culinary though.
Okay.
They know, matter of fact, they do got like into work. That's what working with like that's more so customer service as far as like in a restaurant though. It is a lot of programs.
Okay.
It is like,
so that's good to know.
That's good to know. But it's also like the way that it is, it's not shaped for like the average young dude. They gonna go into prison and they're not gonna do them programs though. They may go and they may get like for their high school, they may be in school as far as that, but they're not gonna do no programs because they not made to. So they gonna go in with the same mentality and probably come out worse because now you in here around dudes that's career criminals. You in here around dudes that's the only type of time they on.
Wow, so you finding better ways to do different crimes.
Exactly.
So you feel like it should be a requirement.
Fact.
Right, to complete these programs. And you feel like if it was a requirement, things would be different.
Yeah, dudes would come out different. They'd come out different.
So when you completed these programs, did that earn you extra time out, like good days?
Yeah, some of them did.
Okay, so I guess now I'm kind of seeing what they do. They give you the decision to make, and then if you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. But then that's kind of defeating the purpose of rehabilitating.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying.
Exactly.
So they say it's here for you, but it's not necessary. They not really
making it.
And the only reason why those programs is in there is because of over the years people have complained, there's no programs. How are we supposed to better ourselves? So we're gonna put certain things in there, but then like
we're not gonna make you do it.
Yeah, we ain't gonna make you do
it. Dang.
So
I see the damn. I see. You know, because you don't want to make somebody do something they don't want to do anyway.
And it's a business. They getting paid so much XYZ amount of money for each and every person that's in there. So they say that they want you to change, rehabilitate, but if everybody in there did programs and changed their ways and then didn't come back or came out and showed their little brother or they little cousins or people that looked up to them what's really going on, then when nobody go to prison.
So they like, we ain't about to really actually.
I ain't gonna lie, that's scary to hear that because it's the truth. You know, like you said, if we all, even though it's here, it's still a business aspect of it. So we really rehabilitate or attempt to rehabilitate everybody that come through here. Then that business aspect of it, y'all, won't be, ain't nobody gonna be coming back and back. So that's crazy. So you said something that you would change is make it a requirement. Most definitely,
it'd be a requirement to like get assessed off of what's your individual problems or what's need to be fixed. And it's a requirement for you to work on yourself. It's a requirement for you to wake up and do something constructive. Like, I know like my guys, sometimes some of them will get tired of me sometimes, but like as hard as I pushed as far as like the street stuff, I pushed as hard as like, not necessarily of like holier than now or change your life or for the better, but nah, you're gonna do something that's constructive to yourself. So the same way I would get physical or I not physical, but as far as I would get like aggressive a little bit about, oh, we about to go do this on the negative side, I'd be like, nah, bro, we about to go, come on, we going to the library today. You gonna do something constructive, bro.
Yeah.
Like I ain't about to just keep seeing you around here. You wanna just smoke and listen to music. That ain't it, man.
Yeah.
You know,
that's hard, bro. But again, you just go back to the leadership aspect of it, you know, and it's a blessing that you have them, you know, that leadership skills, like you said, that same energy that I would have put towards, okay, doing this, I'm gonna put towards, you know, trying to be productive and do this while we in here as well. I think, like you say, that structure, because that was at the beginning of the episode. You say that's kind of where things kind of started kind of going left once you got expelled and you lost that structure. So I think maybe to further on with you, like you're saying, maybe we can implement some type of structure to where you got to from, you know, I don't know the time frames, but from 9 to 10, you have to work out. Like you got to work out from 10 to 12, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is y'all, you know, you have to go to the law library and you know, and sit in here for this 2 hours. Like we, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be cool. Man, I'd say push for it, bro. You know what I'm saying? However, you know what I'm saying? Because you've been in it. So I would say push for it.
I can see you being a mentor, though.
Most definitely.
You know, like he said, just making connections with people in the school system to where you can go and host events where you can have conversations with these young men to kind of prevent. That's for me the rehabilitation, not the rehabilitation, but the prevention.
The prevention, yes, that's important.
That is more so because like my major is political science and I minor in criminal justice. So originally, when I first ever went to school, I wanted to be a lawyer, but then I gave up on that quick. But once I decided, like, okay, before I got into the school system, I was like, okay, I could be a probation officer, but I don't want to be a probation officer for grown people. I would rather work with juveniles where I would be able to help them prevent or rehabilitate a juvenile, because I feel like I can do more with them rather than somebody that's grown and already made their decisions and stuck in their ways. You know what I'm saying? But if we had like prevention things, that can help a lot as well to even before they even get into the system. You know what I'm saying? It's super important. And to go into the leadership, can we speak on that? Like, how important is it to be a leader? Because I had a young man who in summer school right now, he's a leader, and he's in the 7th grade. He's going to the 8th grade, and he's super smart, but he's leading people, and he don't understand that regardless if you want to or not, people gonna follow you. You know what I'm saying? And I try to get him to understand the importance of, even if you ain't gonna do it for yourself, you got other people watching you. So it's important for you to, you know, make the right decisions, because if you do something, other people gonna feel like they can do it too, because they look up to you. How important is it to be a leader? And I would just say, even just in while you were in jail, being a leader and not a follower.
Oh, a matter that can, being a leader or follower can determine whether your time is gonna go this way or that way, or whether you're gonna get more, because like it could be simple as this, something like this, like I'm set to come home next week, right? But my friend who I hang with every day or something like that, he about to go and get into it with these dudes. They about to go fight, or they call it lining up. Like, say this group versus this group, they about to go fight, right? So a dude that or say even if he gang affiliated, right? So these is people that he's obligated to, right? These people who, like, they gonna look at you some type of way if they get into some stuff and you ain't there. They gonna expect you to have their back. So like a person that's like a follower, easily misled or something like that, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm with my guys. I done seen this happen. Dudes about to go get out or go to a parole or certain things. I done seen them be like, oh, you know what, and go and they get into some stuff now he ain't got out yet. Versus a dude that got some fortitude and stand up and stand on his own, he gonna be like, man, is you serious, man? What? I know that's what I was like, you know, like, man, matter of fact, what is it about? Matter of fact, y'all about to get into it about what? Oh, let me go talk to him. Then we you know, let's just diffuse this all in all, so nobody getting in nothing.
I think that's, bro, you know, that was, I ain't gonna lie, the critical thinking skills that you just said, you know, but it take me all the way back to, like you say again, when Mom Duke said you got to write on this paper, you know, that's when it was it was already developed in, but that's when it was already developing. Like, okay, sit here for this couple minutes before we go out here and have the leisure time, write down how your day was, which gives you the skills, or which help, you know, continue to build the skills of thinking, you know, having them critical thinking skills, like you said, where it's like, you know what is this about? You know what I'm saying? Like, as a black man, how can we diffuse this? How can I come over here, talk to you, figure out, okay, is this worth it, or is it not worth it? How can we handle this in an alternate way before it goes left, and then and we can maintain the to sanity to where everyone is still in good standings in this situation, you know?
But it's even deeper than that, because like you said, like, you, in that moment, you getting tricked out of your spot anyway, because it's like, I can go home next week and now I gotta help you fight. So now I'm about to really try to diffuse the situation, because it don't even make sense, you know? So like you said, even just something as simple as that is that important to be a leader in that moment, because if not, you gonna rob yourself of freedom or whatever the case may be. Some even just as small as that. So yeah, that's big.
And something else too, right? So this what I noticed dudes do. Like, I may talk to a dude and he may be real smart. He may be an intelligent dude. He may be like, he know a lot about different things, all type of different subjects, topics. He could talk to you on anything. He very informative and tech savvy or all type of stuff, right? But then this why it's important to be a leader, because especially with young black dudes, this what they do. They get around their friends. Now they talking a certain way. Now he got a certain slang. Now he getting high. Now everything about him is different. When I'm like, damn, I was just talking to him. You really, but he not a leader necessarily. He follow like, or you know. That's why it's important to be a leader, though. So where you don't follow, especially the negative or wrong things. Like,
I'm gonna tell my young man to watch this episode, because I'm trying to get him to see, because he's super smart and he's in the 7th grade, and you can tell he gonna be great if he be great. But I think you need to understand the importance of leadership. You know, for sure.
Well, bro, you know, we want to wrap things up, man. We want to, again, I want to tell you, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate your journey. I appreciate your walk. I appreciate the man that you becoming. You know, I'm looking forward to, you know, indulge and get into this book with you, bro. And furthering this, you know, relationship that we've mended, you know, or have grown, you know, since you've been able to come home. It's a blessing for myself. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Is there anything that you want to lead off with?
I'm gonna get y'all the other book, and if I gotta meet up with you to get it to them, they gonna get that other book. Is there anything that you want to leave us off with? Is there anything that you want to get off your chest? Anything that you want to say? Anything you want to bless us with? Anything?
Most definitely, I just want to say, like, to any of the young black dudes like myself that like come from a certain background or neighborhood or a certain persona, a certain way you think you gotta be, that means that like you a man, or you think that's that defines you, like it don't. Like, you know, it ain't nothing wrong with doing something different out of the norm, and not going with what everybody else is doing.
For sure.
You know, I appreciate y'all having me on here.
Nah, for sure, bro. We appreciate you. It's a blessing, bro.
Yeah.
Cause to sit here and have this conversation with another man, bro, you know, is touching to me. You know, it really is. It means a lot, you know, because when we first started this, you know, neighborhood politics, that was the vision, you know, to bring on other men, of all ages, whatever you want to say, you know, to have these conversations to for the growth, you know, to see where, you know, where we at, you know, for us to have had our conversation and to be able to make this happen, you know, it's a blessing, bro. So again, just continue doing what you're doing, and you know, the world is yours, bro. We gonna do some big things for sure.
And just to give the voiceless a voice. So like, this whole interview just blessed me, because I'm seeing his dreams and what we talked about actually come to light. You know what I'm saying? It's not that often where you get people from everybody want to be politically correct, and everybody want to seem like they got it all together, and everybody want to seem, and it's like, nah, we really actually are sitting here and having an interview with somebody that we don't know, but hearing the story and really being inspired and hoping that it does that for other people as well. And this is something that he been wanting to do. Like, this is something like his dream. So to be sitting here with my husband and sitting here hearing your story, it's like a full circle moment, because this was what he wanted. So I'm excited to like be here and just listen. Like when you walked in, I was like, this is what my husband wanted. And it is not even all our episodes has been what he wanted. And I just love the fact that we able to shine the light on people with stories that can inspire and encourage and be motivated and encouraged by y'all stories as well. So this is a full circle moment for us as well. But also too, we're gonna get you in those schools. Get you talk to some young men. We're gonna have to have a little event, whatever we gotta do, we're gonna make it happen. All right. So make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. Leave comments. If he would like, we can, leave your information, like not your cell phone or anything, but like your Instagram or whatever. So if somebody do want to reach out for you to come to one of their speaking engagements, that could be an opportunity. But yeah, so thank y'all for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, and yeah,
for sure.